Today, I'm bringing guys a brand new sports cards video. In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down what I believe to be the best 5 investments of the NBA offseason, which players to go after, because there's a lot of opportunity right now in a low market to get into some great deals and kind of hold off and wait till demand comes back and prices go back up. But before we get into that, I did want to say I am giving away a Jason Tatum Prism rookie card in a PSA 10. It's around a $170 card. If you would like a free chance at a $170 card, all you have to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and comment the word done. And that will enter you in to win a Jason Tatum Prism rookie PSA 10 for $170. So if you would like to join in, if you would like a free shot at a $170 card, link will be down below. But without further ado, we are going to hop right into this video. So one player that I believe is an incredible investment right now is Kawhi Leonard. Now, Kawhi Leonard, of course, has been out of the mainstream for quite a while now. His prices have really kind of suffered, and we're starting to see right now his prices bounce back on certain cards. His Prism base in a PSA 10 is currently sitting at around $400, and this is his staple investment. And what I love about Kawhi's cards is that the populations are all very low in his year. So I'm very comfortable sitting, with the base Prism PSA 10, given the pop is just 1164. So I believe that a lot of his investments are great investments because the pops are so low. And of course, Kawhi's been out of the mainstream, as we know. He's been injured last year. And the Clippers, a lot of people have them in their top 2, top 3 in the Western Conference next year. Of course, they have Paul George. They signed John Wall. They still have Reggie Jackson. They still have Kawhi. And they could potentially make a move for someone else. So they're, a very solid team going into next year. And I just think the demand is all away from Kawhi's cards. And next year, I believe the demand will come back to Kawhi's cards. So it's pretty simple supply and demand. I think supply is pretty low. Prices are very low. So the upside, in my opinion, is much higher than the downside. I mean, this was around a $3,000, $3,500 card at one point. And it's currently down to $400. So I definitely think there's a lot of room for growth in Kawhi's market. If you do want to go after a little bit of a lower option, if you have a little bit of a budget, I would definitely suggest this Hoops rookie card. As we saw in the NBA bubble, when demand was sky high for Kawhi Leonard's cards, the second card that people went after who couldn't afford his base Prism, they went after his Hoops rookie cards. So if you are interested in a lower priced option, I definitely would suggest this Hoops rookie card. And then, of course, if you're looking for a higher priced option, his Prism Silver has a pop of virtually nothing. It's an incredible buy if you do have, a little bit more cash to spare. I personally am going after a Prism Silver of his right now. So I definitely think it's a good time to be buying up his cards if you're willing to wait around a few months before prices start to kick back up for Kawhi's cards. But without further ado, we're going to hop right into our next pick, and that is going to be none other than Donovan Mitchell. Now, Donovan Mitchell, of course, as you guys know, the Jazz just traded away Rudy Gobert, and it's pretty inevitable at this point that Donovan Mitchell will be leaving the Utah Jazz sometime soon. I personally think it's going to be this offseason. I think, of course, the Heat are already putting together a package for him, and I think he's going to be one player who gets dealt out during this offseason. Now, his pop is just 568 in a PSA 10 for his Prism Silver, and it's sitting very, very low right now. I mean, this was a $2,000 card at one point, and it's currently down to $355. Now, of course, the Utah Jazz are a very small market team, and as you guys know, when players join a bigger market team, in general, there's more buyers for their cards. And we've seen that with the Knicks, the Lakers. When Kuzma was on the Lakers, his prices were sky high. As soon as he got traded to the Wizards, they really cooled off. So as you guys know, bigger market teams are going to cause prices to be higher for the players' cards because the fan base of the team is bigger. So if you are interested in Donovan Mitchell's cards and you believe in his future, because I personally believe he has the talent and skill, it's just a matter of him finding the right opportunity. And some of his cards have an incredible low pop and are just sitting incredibly low. If you look at a Luka Doncic courtside silver, it is well above $200 in a PSA 10, and the population is roughly the same. So if you look at this, a $8,700 courtside silver and a pop 39 for Luka Doncic. If you look at Donovan Mitchell's same card, and I'm by no means comparing Donovan Mitchell and Luka Doncic, but if you just want to kind of use a comparison tool and kind of, I wouldn't say compare the two, but essentially you can look for opportunity in looking for low value or just value buys in general. So I definitely think it's a great value buy to be getting into Donovan Mitchell's courtside silvers for $200 when Luka Doncic's same card is $8,700, even though the pop is around half. So I definitely think there's great margin for Donovan Mitchell right now. If he does get traded, I think this card is really going to appreciate in value. So without further ado, we're going to hop right into our next pick, and this is along the same lines. Damian Lillard, he's been, of course, out all of last season, most of last season, and it's pretty inevitable at this point that he will be leaving the Blazers sometime. I just personally don't see him staying. He's hinted at it quite a lot, and Damian Lillard's prices are suffering right now. His Prism Silver has a pop of just 36. It's at $2,800. This is his staple for bigger investors in Lillard cards. So if you are interested in a great opportunity for, a low price, I definitely think Lillard is really kind of looked over right now, given the fact that he's been injured. People forget he was a top 2 point guard in the league before, he went down with injury. So I definitely think he has great room for growth and a lot less room for downside, given his price is already down so much. So if you are interested in some, lower pop options, I really love his select rookie cards. His PSA 10, I believe, is at roughly 180. Yep, so around $177. The pop is just 250. It's a classic rookie card of his, staple rookie card with a super low pop, same year as Kawhi. So as you guys know, the pops on this year are very low. And Lillard's, a star-studded player, right? Everyone loves to watch him play. Logo Lillard, and he could be leaving the Blazers, joining a bigger market team. In my opinion, all it can go from here is up. So I think it's a great time to be buying up Lillard cards. And then, of course, Kevin Durant, is another guy who I think is an incredible investment right now with KD. However, I will say you have to be very, very careful because he has a lot of investable rookie cards, and a lot of them have a too high pop for me. So if you look at, for example, his white base border, we're seeing these get eaten up right now because the pop is just too high, right? This card was around $1,000 card almost at one point, and it's currently down at $84, and that is simply because the supply is way too high for the demand to keep up. So if you're going after Durant, there are a few cards that I really love of his. His variation is one of them. So if you're going after, a little bit of a lower, pop card, his variation is good in terms of compared to his normal tops rookie cards. And then, of course, if you're a higher end investor, his Topps Chrome Refractor is actually numbered, so that's a very good buy. I've always loved his Topps Finest as well. Pop of 710, which is very low for, a Kevin Durant 2007 card. There are a few different, variations. His SP Rookie, of course, his Topps McDonald's is a very popular choice, but the pop is a bit too high for me. So it really just depends what your budget is. But if you're going after like a PSA 10 variation, that pop's just 518, which is very bearable for a card like Kevin Durant's. So I just think if Kevin Durant does get traded, his prices are going to really benefit. He got swept last year. The expectations are very low. So if he exceeds those expectations, his prices will definitely go up. And I just don't see Kevin Durant getting swept again. It's that simple. He's an all-time great. And if he does join a team that has a chance to win the championship, his prices will definitely start to go up a lot. So I definitely think it's a great time to be buying into Kevin Durant's market. And then without further ado, I think LeBron's prices are very, very low right now and have incredible room for growth and very low risk, given LeBron is an all-time great. Even his most sought-after cards are suffering right now. And of course, the Lakers are in trade talks to get either Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, a lot of players that are available as either free agents or in terms of trades. A lot of people believe that the Lakers are going to land a star in this offseason. So if they end up getting Kyrie or KD or both, we could potentially see LeBron's cards really start to soar going into next year. If he can go after that 5th championship with a team that has a lot of pieces, I think his prices are going to really benefit both in the short term and the long term, because a 5th championship for LeBron would mean an incredible amount for his legacy. And I just think that's going to cause his whole market to really soar. So if you are interested in a lower risk investment, LeBron's already an all-time great, and I still see great room for his cards, but if they do end up landing another star, that's just going to further ignite the fire and help LeBron's cards really reach the next level. So if you are interested in a lower pop option, LeBron is the way to go, in my opinion. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys would like to join in into the giveaway, all you have to do once again is like the video, subscribe, and comment the word done. But other than that, I hope y'all really enjoyed this video, and I'm out. Peace.